What's up, folks? Today, I want to talk about how much better the video quality is looking on this thing. I've been doing so much research into lighting and camera settings. I'm using the equipment right now that I've had everything right here for at least a year. But if you look at the videos I was posting a year ago, I don't know, you tell me, does it look better? Does it look worse? We'll figure it out. Anyway, but what I really want to talk about today is the fact that many of us go through different experiences in our lives, and these experiences can be good experiences or what we perceive as positive experiences, but can also be negative or less favorable experiences. And I want to discuss how one cannot necessarily exist without the other. Life is good because life sucks, and life sucks because life is good. What I mean by that is, take for example, you were taking a test in school. You're someone who gets A's all the time, and I hate you for it. Just kidding. But you get A's all the time. The first time that you get a C, a D, or maybe even an F, you might feel terrible about it. It's something that you're not accustomed to. It's something that has a negative implication on something in your near future. You don't like that. But also take, for example, you're someone who gets B's or C's all the time. The first time that you get that A, you will find every reason to celebrate, unlike someone who is always accustomed to getting A's. If you're a C average student and then you get another C, well, that's what you expected. You're not going to get anything much different than that. Take for another example, the last time that you went to a party or a concert, you were probably enjoying yourself more than the last time you were at the dentist or the DMV. What I'm trying to say is that good experiences are good because you've experienced bad experiences. Bad experiences are bad because you've experienced good experiences. Throughout life, each and every one of us will probably experience some level of hardship. And we see it as a hardship when we're going through it because we know that life, shook the camera. And when we know life has been better, these are the moments that we're desiring every time we get up in the morning to go to work or have to mow the lawn or have to write an essay of some kind. To give an analogy, remember, people will say the glass is half full, or they'll say the glass is half empty, or you'll be thirsty and you just want something to drink. This is the same exact thing. It's all about perspective. The glass is half empty because we know what it's like to have a full glass of water, or the glass is half full because we know those times where we've been thirsty. When you're stuck in traffic, you know that once you get home, you'll be much more at ease. Now think about life when it has its ups or its milestones. Birthdays, graduations, promotions, or vacations. You unfortunately can't have these all the time, but that's what makes them special. Is because if we have them all the time, like if we're getting A's all the time, we're not going to have any reason to be excited the next time we get an A. The same way, we're not going to be excited the next time that we have a vacation if we took one last weekend. That actually sounds pretty good. A vacation every weekend? I think I could stomach 5 days a week for a vacation every weekend, if it's paid for at least. Imagine you could wake up every single morning and right next to your bed on your nightstand is a hot and fresh glazed donut. If you imagine that happening for you tomorrow, you'll be pretty excited. It's gonna be a pretty tasty donut. And let's say the day after that, you wake up the next morning and there is another tasty donut next to your bed, first thing you get up. You'll be super excited again. Say it happened again the day after that, and the day after that, probably a day after that, and maybe the next day, that glazed donut will still be there, and you won't be as tempted to eat it because you remember, well, this is a really good experience, but I had that experience yesterday. It's not going to feel so special if I have it again today. Your brain is going to become trained to know what that donut tastes like. And so you could just look at the donut before even having to eat it and know that it's a pleasure. You won't even need to eat it because it's just going to become another aspect of your day. Nothing special. So by now you should be seeing why the title and the thumbnail of this video disagrees. It's because these are two components of your life that in a way live in harmony. Some of us can have all the pleasure in the world, but it's not going to feel like it unless we've gone through something to get there. So on that note, what I want to emphasize for this video, I know it's short, all the viewers out there, to take solace in that. I hit the camera again. Take solace in that and know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, this reminds me of a time, it was my sophomore year in college, where I was taking a test in a class called Linear Systems. And this was the first time that I pulled an ultra late nighter. It wasn't quite the all-nighter, but I was studying up with my buddy until about 4:30 a.m. in the morning. And so the nice thing is that the libraries had free coffee 24 hours a day during final season. And at the time, I wasn't really someone who drank a lot of coffee. It was me plus coffee equals high alert mode equals super study mode equals A pluses equals 4.0 GPA. While it was nice to think like that, that wasn't quite the case necessarily. But that entire night, I was jacked up on coffee at least till about 3 o'clock. And that's when the crash started to hit me. This is 3 o'clock in the morning, by the way. And I'm not feeling too good. You know, that coffee crash where you're just sort of like, oh my God. Why am I here? Where's my bed? That's how I was. And so, as you can imagine, obviously studying in the library at 3:30 in the morning is not a place where I prefer to be on a Monday evening. But I got through it because I know that I had to take a test. This is something that was important to me. Whether I passed or not, I had to give it my best shot, right? I eventually crashed, I think around 4:30, didn't really get through everything I wanted to. Went to go get at least some level of sleep, came back in the next morning, and again, I didn't really know how coffee would react with my body, but I decided for the first time, the morning of a test, to try out 2 shots of espresso. I never even had one before. And so I tried the coffee, and wow, my hand was shaking. I could barely hold a pencil. Punching wrong numbers in the calculator all the time. But the great part about it was that I was laser focused that whole morning. I knew exactly everything I was reading. I could see every word. It's like I could see through the paper and like see the desk. I don't know, something weird like that. But I was zooming through that test, and this was a test that was 50 minutes long. Finished in about 40 minutes. Handed it in, and when I got it back, I got my first A on a test in college in my major. It was pretty amazing. I would not advise staying up super late, jacked up on coffee, only to come back the next morning on 4 hours of sleep and then take 2 shots of espresso. It's definitely not for everyone. I don't know if it's for anyone, but knowing that it paid off for that A, I'll take it. So that's basically the message I want to give for today. If you were dealing with something that is just uncomfortable and you just can't wait to get out of it, if you're in a rut, you will get out of it. Just keep going. Take it one day at a time. Don't worry about it. If it's getting you down today, just know tomorrow's going to be better. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be next week. If it's not next week, it'll be next month. It might be a while, but just know that time is coming. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're seeing that the content is improving to some aspect, and hopefully you'll stick around to see where it goes in the future. If you're interested in hearing anything in particular, feel free to let me know in a comment. I'll take plenty of requests. Still trying to figure out what to do with this channel. But other than that, hope to see you on the next one. Christoph out.